Robert Courtney subscribe to the channel.
Hearty thank you to you, Mr. Robert Courtney, for the subscription to the channel. Still prepping a few things over here. Mic test, Mr. Mic Test. Hello, Mr. Mic Test. We're doing a test of the mic tonight. Welcome, Mic Test. Can you help us test our mic, Mr. Mic Test? Testing the mic. All right. Let's do this. Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to another live stream here on Country Fried Memes. I'm your host,
Baba
Cameron,
Bezos needs your
the
money.
country boy in the big city, and I am pressing the ad break button as demanded by chat. Welcome back, welcome. This is the workflow session where we get stuff done, in air quotes, here at the computer station, where you can peek behind the curtain and see what goes into video editing here on the channel. If you have any input into what's going on, if you have things to share on the Discord, link in the description down below, or you just want to hang out and muck with the stream using the StreamLabs redemptions, come check it out. I'm going to toss that down in the chat here for y'all. It's also in the description down below. Anyhow, we're diving back into the Orloff Grenadiers project. If I can figure out where the button is, we can go on over to here, and let's do a little recap and take a peek at what we got through last time. Let me make sure we have audio on so y'all can see it and hear it. We'll do this too. Where's it at? Adobe Premiere Pro.exe. And then this. Where am I at? I need to make sure the Country Fried Minis Discord is still on there. I want to keep it open where people can send them juicy babinks in through. Anyhow, let's recap and see what we were getting into. If y'all recall, we got some voiceover done the last time we were visiting this. Last time we were working on this, Redeem Angry Man Smash. I still don't have that set up, Nathan, unfortunately. I need to get back into doing that. But let's watch some of this back. And I need to mute the music temporarily. Workflow music playlist. Pause. I should be able to hit play over here. Concerning when it comes to metal minis, since they tend to struggle with a proclivity towards chipping on the corners. For that, we'll give these models every advantage that we can muster. Starting
Could
with
just
a good
smash stuff
scrubbing with
live.
some cheap
No, I need
dish
to-
soap and
I need
clean
to print
water.
out the molds
Here I'm
so I
using
can
a
smash
jar that
things
once
live.
contained artichoke hearts, now scrubbed
should I
as
just
clean
keep,
as we're
like-
going to make these models. Each one
I don't know, I
getting
could
some
keep some
care
models
and
over here to
time,
just hug
one at a
across the
time,
room at
until
high
they're all
speed.
absolved of their slippery polysiloxane nanocoating.
Nanocoating.
This synthetic polymer is made up of repeating units of siloxane, which is a
yes.
chain of
Siloxane.
alternating silicon and oxygen atoms.
Like the old days.
Polysiloxanes have a silicon-oxygen backbone
Yes.
with organic groups, usually methyl groups, attached to the silicon atoms. The length of the chemical chain, side groups, and cross-linking extent can be varied to create silicon.
Science time here. Science time with Cameron. I just read that off the wiki page, by the way. Okay, so this is the
With our
last bit
models
of
nice and clean
voiceover
and
we
all
got
that
right here.
synthetic lubricant
Oh,
coating
it's
removed.
here. Let me pause and restart it. Sometimes it gets laggy behind. No, that's the wrong thing. Over here.
We'll start the process of basing and assembling simultaneously. Many of the Iron Wind metal sculpts have integrated undersized bases on their feet, and to work with this extra bit of pewter involved a choice of one of two paths. Either we're removing the extra material from betwixt their toesies, or we're gluing the models onto proxy models bases with a generous amount of green stuff terrain built up
smashing
around that
camera.
platform. In the case of this particular project, I relish the chance to sculpt up a layered stone base, getting that fantastically satisfying stratified aesthetic that I'm so fond of. Something about all those layers makes me feel giddy and hungry, and now I'm thinking about lasagna. Lasagna.
Okay, that's where we got to the lasagna joke. That's where we're gonna jump in today. Yes. Ew, it's green. Gross. It is green stuff, after all. Another camera set up the smash cam, which is kind of a sex thing, I guess. No, I don't think it's a sex cam. A sex thing to have a smash cam. It's a different kind of smash. Yeah, we could do that at some point. Not anytime soon, but yeah. I think if we're going to be smashing things on camera, that could be worth some redemptions. All right, so what we're getting into tonight is a little bit of Audacity, a little bit of Notepad. Let's relaunch our music playlist over here. We're going to do a little voiceover, just jumping right into it. I have, in theory, I have been working on this behind the scenes and not on stream. It is not as much as I'd like to have gotten done. In fact, I was hanging out today with folks in voice chat, trying to work on this thing. And I got, what is this? 5:41 through 6:19, like 40 seconds worth edited down. I think I'm going to try the Green Stuff World dipping ink. Dipping ink. Green Stuff World dip. Did they do a full line? Oh, they don't come in a tub though. Interesting. Let me pop this open here. Is this right? Is this the one? Is this just speed painting system? Is this just what they're calling their line of speed paint? Basically, their speed paint like, yeah, basically another speed paint contrast. I dig that the entire set's only $110. Honestly, that's the thing I find with Green Stuff World. They have really attractive pricing, but man, their shipping is murder. So if you can find it outside of going directly to them, let's see. They've got, looks like a pretty good array of colors. 48 different ones? Yeah. Intensity ink. Wait a sec. What are these intensity inks? Intensity ink. Intensity ink. Intensity ink. What is the deal with the intensity ink? Intensity inks with excellent flow into cracks and creases. Carefully formulated to intensify and saturate colors. What is this?
Oh, no. Not what I thought. 60 ml bottles, like 12 bucks on Amazon. All right, let's see. Let's search for Green Stuff World. What were they called? Dipping inks? Dipping inks. Yeah, look at that. This is like, it's 109 on their website, but you'd pay that 60 bucks in shipping. Wait, is this being sold by them? No, Cobco. This is just someone selling directly from Green Stuff World, paying the shipping, and making a small profit off selling the item. That's funny. Okay, here we go. 60 ml dipping inks. 12 bucks. Interesting. I may have to pick some up. I'll think about like what's a good color next time I'm over at the paint desk. It's a really good idea. Thank you for the tips, Link. All right. Anyhow, what were we just talking about here in the voiceover? So, we're just touching on... I'm going to mute this audio source. Boom. Mute that audio source. We're talking about sculpting up that same style of basing that I always do. Well, almost always do. It's like, I do like a layered rock appearance. You know, you cut these lines into it, you push the lines into it, and then it gets this like, I don't know, it's like shale or slate. It's a bottle of paint in a bag. But why would you put your paint in a bag in a bottle? I mean, really. Let's put some kind of sciencey information about shale deposits for shipping. You put it in the bottle for shipping, and you ship it with the bag, and then you open the bottle and put it in the bag for using, and then you dip your models in it. I see. Okay, so I was just saying something like, the layers remind me of lasagna, and now I'm thinking about lasagna and lasagna. Okay, so we'll say just like that favorite, that infamous orange cat. Another Nate says, I arrive. Welcome and howdy do. Congratulations for the arrival. We'll give you one of these. Okay, so infamous orange feline eldritch god, just like the layered repast favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god. And then we need to flash a I'm sorry John image. We need to flash for like a fucking just a second. So let's dig up a good eldritch I'm sorry John image. I could always draw one myself, but I mean, it's not as good as stealing it. Theft is the way. You know, we could always see what designer would do. Let's see if designer will do it. Here we go. Orange cat eating lasagna, but the cat is an eldritch god. Gorefield. Yes. Let's see. Gorefield. Is it just Gorefield? There we go. Look at that. It's too good. I just want it to pop on the screen for a second. But is a body horror eldritch god. That's a pretty good one. That's pretty good as well. Let's go with this one, I think, for now. This one right here, that's good. Oh, that's the classic one right there. Can we get that image? Can we get that image in Gorefield to the prompt? I don't know if it'll do it. I kind of like this a lot. That's fucking awful. That's kind of awful. Let's do that. Alright, and in the meantime, I'll run Gorefield. I don't think it'll do it. I think it'll probably flag just because I have, yeah, you can't even have. It'll flag you for trying to get IP. This image. Let's see how bad. You know what? If we're flashing on the screen for like a single frame, I think it's fine even to run it as a like a really blown out image. Anyways, let's go right here. Gorefield Classic. Pow. We'll do that. There we go. Let's see images. No, yeah, it won't do it. This one's pretty good though. That's pretty fucking horrifying. And then we'll grab one more I'm sorry, John image. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, I need a really, really high contrast image. Anyhow, we'll just run with the one we got. It's just there for a second anyways. Alright, so just like the layered repass favored by the infamous orange feline eldritch god, we're gonna take our lasagnify, yes, the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly how do we say this? how do we say, like, I want to say stratified. I think that works. Properly stratified shale deposit. Now, aren't shale deposits known for oil? Oil shale. Oil shale deposits are underground rock formations that contain organic matter called kerogen that can be converted into oil. Okay. Oil and gas. Uroscale deposit. Yes, exactly. Stratified supper. Let's try to work that in. Stratified supper. No, because then I'm going to say stratified again. No. Properly stratified shale deposit, just like those. Are shale deposits what fracking targets? Yes, so it's specifically. Yes, okay. Properly stratified shale deposit, just like the we're gonna lasagneify the putty on this bait and add so many little layers it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details, details that take up our known oil wash, just like the real oil shale, that our fracking loving corporate overlords seek so. Enjoy almost as much as I enjoy this effect. Enjoy so much. We're already on a run-on sentence. I mean, I could just keep running with it, but that's fine. Thirst for. That drink up our known oil. Okay. Drink up on known oil wash, just like the real oil shale that our fracking loving corporate overlords thirst for. Okay. This detail is so easy to do. It's so easy to do. And creates a satisfying effect on these happy little bases. While also helping to blend our metal models, toesies, and integrated bases into the top of our little. I've already said little. The top of our bases. Integrated bases on the top of our hexes. There we go. All right, let's record that up and see how long that goes for. And then I think what's going to do is going to run into like this section here, which does touch on the like integrated base thing. Yeah, let's just record that up and see how it goes, and we'll go from there. Just like the layered repast favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god, we're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shell deposit. Okay, I'm gonna break that down because I'm gonna fuck it up. Hexticles are plastic hexticles. Alright, I dig it. Just like the layered repast favored by that... Ooh, look at that fucking audio spike right there. I gotta bring down the squeak a little bit. Just like the layered repast favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god. And then we'll take a breath. We're gonna lasagnify. That's a tough word because it's not a real word. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shell. Stratified. I know like cutting this down in little segments would be a reasonable way to do it, but I think if I don't do this whole thing in like one breath, it loses a little bit of the impact. Uh-oh. Comstar Knight 36 has flashbanged the chat. Welcome, Comstar. I'm gonna give you one of these. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified, not stratified. Stratified. Properly stratified shale deposit. So the thing is, I'm like, I read so fast that I'm reading like here, and my eyes are already looking here reading it. Or plugging it in the queue to be read. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details that drink up our Nuln Oil. I can't do the rest in one breath, so we're gonna try to just smash them together and edit it down, alright? Just like the real oil shade, I have to do this in one breath. Here we go. Oxygen. I have to go lasagnify the putty all the way down to there. That's a lot of words. I can do this. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details that drink up our Nuln Oil wash just like the real oil shale that our fracking-loving corporate overlords thirst for. Bam! Fuck, that was a big sentence. This detail is so easy to do, and it creates a satisfying effect on these happy little bases while also helping to blend our metal models, toesies, and integrated bases into the top of our plastic hexticles. Beautiful. Alright, that's 32.5 seconds. Let's export this audio as Ironwind 6. Ironwind 6. Boom. Save it. Export. Where are we at? I need working with Ironwind metals, voiceovers. We're gonna pop open our project panel here, and we need to dunk it in right over here. Pow. All right, so that's gonna go. Where am I putting voiceover? Voiceover is track 1 and 2. All right. Let's find a spot and let's plug that thing in. Now we need to do the same effect controls. Let's do our hard limiter and dunk it in right here. Oh wow, that runs all the way. Okay, so I'm actually like talking about the integrated bases into the hextacles. Let's watch that back and see how it works. We want to do first a save. We come over here and we can pop open. Let me turn on that source. And we're going to mute the music for a moment. Pow, let's pause that. We'll hit go over here and give it a listen. All right, let's give it a go.
Just like the layered repass favored by that infamous orange feline.
And of course, it's like, you got to relaunch it sometimes so it actually loads the video.
Just like the layered repass favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god, we're gonna lasagneify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details that drink up our Nuln Oil wash just like the real oil shale that our fracking-loving corporate overlords thirst for. This detail is so easy to do, and it creates a satisfying effect on these happy little bases while also helping to blend our metal models, toesies, and integrated bases into the top of our plastic hextacles.
Okay, so we'll say something like, oh, what's next? With just a modicum of work, what is the actual definition of modicum? Modicum definition. It is a small quantity of a particular thing. Okay. There we go. We'll do that. We'll do with just a modicum of work. We'll have all these bases detailed up a small amount. Yes, we'll have all these bases detailed up and blended in to look both cohesive and and integrate. All these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion. That also integrates the metal into the plastic. What was the other thing you said? You said hexiacular pockets into their plastic hexiacular pockets. Poskets. Holy shit. What is this, right? Oh my god, I can't type. All right, so we're gonna pull this back up and we'll extend this text or this audio. Hextacular. If we make another hextacular. I see. You missed a key. I got you. Hextacular pockets. With just a modicum of work, we'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion that also integrates the metal into their plastic hextacular pockets. I dig it. Okay. All right, we can export this again. And we're going to overwrite Ironwind 6. There we go. And it should update in here. And I can extend it out. Yeah, and that runs right up into the next segment. The hell was all that? Somebody's got like squealing brakes up there. All right, let's give that a listen.
Modicum of work, we'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive
Where was that modicum of work thing? Right here.
models, toesies, and integrated bases into the top of our plastic hextacles. With just a modicum of work, we'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion that also integrates the metal into their plastic hextacular pockets.
Okay, now we need to talk about Mr. Metal Primer R. I almost like...
We'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion that also integrates the metal into their...
Alright, so we need to end... Okay, I need as much time as possible to talk about Mr. Primer R. So I've got to cut that. I've got to cut the hextacular pockets. I apologize, Mr. Nate. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. I didn't realize. Hold on. I gotta pause this. I gotta pause this music. I have had my box fan running this whole time. I may need to re-record that whole thing. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. Shit, shit, shit. I hear it now, listening it back. Okay. And let's mute the music over here. Let's shrink this down. Let's come back over here and mute the music. I may need to re-record all of that. That a salamander and a bandersnatch. Yes, it is. The full lance is a salamander. It's a bloodhound, salamander, bandersnatch, and Komodo. Left to right, bandersnatch, or bloodhound, bandersnatch, salamander, Komodo. 2 striker LRMs. That was a suggestion, not a prompt. Yes. I appreciate it, Nate. I do like including y'all's inputs. That's what this is all about. For those of y'all who are catching this via the algorithm after the fact, the workflow sessions are a place where you can put your 2 cents in into what's going on here on the channel. Yeah, I need to listen this back. I hear the fan in my recording.
Just like the layered
Wait, let's mute the music first and see if it's audible.
Just like the layered repass.
It is there. Thinking about lasagna. Lasagna.
Just like the layered repass favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god, we're gonna lasagneify the putty on this.
I mean, I think the music is going to cover it, but it sounds awful.
Just like the layered repass favored by that infamous orange feline eldritch god, we're gonna lasagneify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts.
I know the music kind of masks it, but I can't. I can't have it. I can't do it. That is not to the quality standard which I have insisted on in the content. And for me to accept a lower level of quality right now is unbecoming of the video art that makes up this channel. I know some of you out there may insist that it's not necessary, that it's overdoing it. But no, the moment I open up the door to laziness, to cutting corners in the video content, the quality of the production suffers, and I think that is unbecoming of the productions here on Country Fried Minis. The content takes so long to get out because it is passion projects. We can also get rid of that. And we have our timed work here. Okay, let's redo it. Let's just roll it back. We're gonna re-record it. We're gonna make it work. I can't have that. I can't have that fan audio, and I don't think. Fuck. Let me try to noise isolate it. If I get a noise profile here, let's try. Where's it at? Effect, noise removal, noise reduction, get noise profile, bam. And now we select the whole thing and we do it again. And noise reduction, and we, boom, we run it and listen here. Okay. No, it's like it's unfortunately the sound cuts out like part of the timbre of my nasally voice. All right, here we go again.
Just like the layered repast favored by that infamous feline eldritch god.
All right, one more time. Can we do it again? Can we do another big run here?
We're gonna lasagneify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details that drink up our Nuln Oil wash, just like the real oil shale that our fracking-loving corporate overlords thirst for. And thankfully that car that I heard did not rev its engine as it went by. I think we got that. This detail is so easy to do, and it creates a satisfying effect on these happy little bases while also helping to blend our metal models' toesies and integrated bases into the top of our plastic hextacles. With just a modicum of work, we'll have all these bases up detailed, I just tried to say. With just a modicum of work, we'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion.
Perfect. All right, now let's re-export that. And we can keep moving forward. All right, that should update right here. All right, that's nice and up. Really? Did I say it that much faster? Okay, I said it a lot faster. With just a modicum of work. Did I really get it that much faster?
We'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive fashion.
It's fine. We'll just roll with it. We'll just roll with it. Zoom. Nope. We want to bring that down here. All right, I'm going to listen back to that and see how it goes.
This base and add so many little layers that it starts to look like a properly stratified shale deposit filled with little details that drink up our Nuln Oil wash, just like the real oil shale that our fracking-loving corporate overlords thirst for. This detail is so easy to do, and it creates a satisfying effect on these happy little bases while also helping to blend our metal models' toesies and integrated bases into the top of our plastic hextacles. With just a modicum of work, we'll have all these bases detailed up in a cohesive...
Okay, that works. And now we can move forward and we can start talking about the Mr. Primer arm. Mr. Metal Primer arm. Mr. Metal Primer. Mr. Hobby. Before we can start on the next step for these laddie boys, I decided, before starting the airbrushing for these laddie boys. I decided in the moment to try out something new in the form of some Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Primer R to enhance the adhesion of paint onto the metallic surfaces of our white metal chassis. Okay. Though, let's see, we want to say something about, like, this was the first time using it, but following instructions, it worked really well. It's really easy. Though this was a new and intimidating product, the directions were simple and application was a breeze. Just don't try to shoot it out of an airbrush unless you want to spiderweb to make your models look like they're covered in cobwebs. Yeah, okay. Make your models look like they're covered in cobwebs. Just apply a smooth all over coat on them with a old brush, I'm looking over at the stream and I see our chat window is getting cut off a little bit. When did YouTube round the corners of the playback? Is that a new thing? Has it been rounded off this whole time? Here, let's mess with that real quick. Let's get our chat window and let's just scooch it over a little bit. Let's just scooch it over. Bow, 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 bow. That's more than enough, right? Is that out of the rounded corner? Yeah, there we go. That does mean my web events thing is a little messed up now. So let's fix that live on stream. Where's it at? Sorry. I know I'm distracting myself. That's just the ADHD in action. Something I never suspected was even an issue until chatting with some folks here in the community. Now I have little doubt. Okay, so we're looking for our overlay. I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Paint stream workflow overlay.png. Okay. I'm going to pop up some paint.net. We're going to find that asset. I just want to move the little web events thing over so we retain that classic Windows thing. We're going to go paint stream. We're going to go welcome surveillance wizard. We're going to go, what was it called? What the hell was that called? I've already forgotten. Workflow overlay.png. Workflow overlay. There it is. No. We'll do that. We just need to shift this little thingamabob over a little bit. So we'll zoom in and we'll select it, and we'll select a little extra to the right. And it looks like we want to shift it over to where the S ends about where the T begins. We're going to save that. I'm waiting on it. That's too far. So now we'll do it again. Do it like that. Waiting on it to update on the live stream. And that looks okay. I think we can live with that. Bam, that looks fine. Now back to what we were doing. Okay. How much time do I need to fill here? We've got Mr. Primer R. We pour the stuff out. We apply it with a brush. And then I show slathering all of them. And that's covering 4:02:25 through 4:37:27. I need to fill 37 seconds. How long is this previous thing? This is 37 seconds. Okay, so something similar length to what we just did about the corporate overlords thing. All right. We're already getting there. It's going to get down to like the bottom of the page here. I think it is about what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and do that. Just apply a smooth all over coat on with an old brush. Ensuring that you don't have any goopy pooling on any underhangs or recessed details. Just a thin coating all over every surface. Let it dry for, let's see. Let me find if there's any instructions for this. Mr. Metal Primer R instructions. Let it dry a day or more. I'm going to say let it dry overnight. Let it dry overnight. Overnight for the best results. And this magic elixir will work as a fantastic primer for your primer. Helping with an extra layer of molecular toothsomeness. I thought this stuff was an etching primer, and I'm a little disappointed it wasn't. It's lacquer based instead of an etching primer. But it worked. I've noticed a few nicks on my Orloff Grenadiers already. I just don't think there's anything you can do about the super sharp edges. Like where you have these panels meeting together. Okay. Helping with an extra layer of molecular toothsomeness to avoid as much chipping on your project, your metal model projects as possible. As much chipping as possible. Give this stuff a go, and I'm sure you'll agree that a small investiture in this product product was well worth the fundage. Okay. Let's give that a go and see. I think we can fit this in 37 seconds. If not, we'll cut it back a little bit. And I think we don't have any like super bad run-on sentences to worry about. So that shouldn't be too bad. What am I doing? Theme. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Pop open our Audacity and we're going to start in once again thinking about this thing. Before starting the airbrushing for these laddie boys, I decided in the moment to try out something new in the form of some Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Primer R to enhance the adhesion of paint onto the metallic surfaces of our white metal chassis. That's already 13 seconds. I prime over the metal primer and that has worked well for me. Well, yeah, that's what it's for. It's a primer for your primer. Have you tried out the Metal Primer R extensively? Like, I've only ever used it on this project. I haven't used it since. In fact, thinking back, I regret not using it on the current set of metal minis I'm working on. I forgot all about it. Though this was a new and intimidating product, the directions were simple and application was a breeze. Just don't try to shoot it out of an airbrush unless you want to make your models look like they're covered in brake squeaking noises. Though this was a new and intimidating product, the directions were simple and application was a breeze. Just don't try to shoot it out of an airbrush unless you want to make your models look like they're covered in cobwebs. That's already 25 seconds. You telling me it takes me like 12 and a half seconds to say a single sentence? Just apply a smooth all-over coat on them with an old brush, ensuring you don't have any goopy pooling on any underhangs or recessed details. Just a thin coating all over every surface. God damn, really? 3 sentences is 37 seconds for me. Shit. I use it a bunch. I think that brushing is superior to aerosol though. So I put this stuff in the bottle in my airbrush and it just shot cobwebs all over my models. So I imagine the stuff that's in the aerosol can has some really, really nasty solvent in it. All right, what are we doing here? Let it dry overnight for the most fabulous results, is what I'll say. Let it dry overnight for the most fabulous results. And that's all the time I have for all the time I have for this, and we'll see if it fits. So I have a shot that goes in here that I haven't recorded yet. Right at the very end of this segment right here. That lasts for 1 second, because this is all timed to the music. Damn. I really maybe got to work on my run-on sentences just a little bit. Okay, where are we at? Let's plug in Ironwind 7 and give it a go. Damn, it's wet. Fuck, it's still too long. Okay, where can we cut the fat here? Where can we cut the fat? Don't shoot it out of an airbrush. That's important. Let's see. We could cut, enhance the adhesion of paint. We're just gonna have to redo this whole damn thing. We have to redo this whole thing. Okay. So, we're gonna reshoot that first sentence. Re-record, I should say. Let's get... That is at the 13-second mark? Yeah. Boom. Let's cut that. Let's wait on this turbo diesel to drive by with its loud-ass fucking motor.
Before starting the airbrushing for these laddie boys, I decided in the moment to try out something new in the form of some Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Primer R.
Boom. Just right there. So we saved like, what, 4 or 5 seconds off that? Okay. Let's just export this again and see where it lines up with our track. So we'll do that. And then we can... This should update when we click. There we go. There we go, there we go. And I think we may actually have time to do that sentence that I wanted to add in right here. What was it? How did we end this last bit?
Bangs or recessed details. Just a thin coating all over every surface. Let it dry.
Okay. Why is it so loud? Oh, I haven't put the hard limiter on it yet, is what it is. Okay. So we're doing... I need to undo this. Let it dry overnight for the best results, and this magic elixir will work like as a fantastic primer for your primer. Okay. A fantastic foundation for your primer. Foundation. And that has significance for the shot I'm going to add. Okay. And we get rid of that pout right there.
Let it dry overnight for the best results.
Best rusts? I type rusts instead of results. I don't know if y'all out there do that. It's just crazy to me to see results. I might be a little dyslexic, just a little bit.
Let it dry overnight for the best results, and this magic elixir will work as a fantastic foundation for your primer.
Okay, that may run a little too long. Let's see. Iron Wind 7, save, export, yes. Boom. Let this update. And then, is that the end of it? Oh, okay. We got it. It works. Excellent. Progress being made. I need to dunk the hard limiter on it. And we can go back and we can give it a little listen. Right here. Let me set the audio correctly. As in, we will pause this and then we'll hit go over here. Bam.
Before starting the airbrushing for these laddie boys, I decided in the moment to try out something new in the form of some Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Primer R. Though this was a new and intimidating product, the directions were simple and application was a breeze. Just don't try to shoot it out of an airbrush unless you want to make your models look like they're covered in cobwebs. Just apply a smooth all-over coat on them with an old brush, ensuring you don't have any goopy pooling on any underhangs or recessed details. Just a thin coating all over every surface. Let it dry overnight for the best results, and this magic elixir will work as a fantastic foundation for your primer.
I said magic elixir. I said magic elixir. I said magic elixir. Oh my goodness. Magic elixir. I don't know why it happens, but it's been happening lately. I forgot we need to find the spot where I say Eldritch Overlord. Or Eldritch God.
Just like the layered repast favored by that infamous
It's gonna show up like right in here somewhere.
feline Eldritch God.
Eldritch God. Right here. I forgot about the Eldritch God thing, so we need to make that happen. And we're gonna use the Gorefield Classic image, I believe, yes. And we're gonna pop that in right here. What is the length on that? It needs to be like half a second. Needs to be like half a second. Right there. Knowing now that it's lacquer, you need to tune the viscosity for airbrush application. Yeah, it worked fine with the brush application, so I was really pleased with that. It helps you're an exquisite speaker compared to me. I mix words all the time. I mean, I think that's a matter of I don't know, being brainy as a kid and then taking vocab courses. I still mix up words when speaking though, like in the moment, and forget things live. Like I have a pretty extensive vocabulary, like in theory. I don't know. I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised if you gave it a go. Started recording lines. We want this to be huge. Like that. Like that. Yeah. We want this real big. And we want it tilted. Come on, give me the little icon. Oh, it's so finicky. There's like it's like a 2-pixel window. Bam, bam, man, bam, man, man. There it is. Okay. Maybe we need to tilt it this way, actually. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have this appear as... I'm going to try some different blending effects. Try some different blending effects until it looks like... Oh, I like that. I like that quite a bit, actually. All right. Do we just put in like a static effect as well? I think maybe we're saying Eldritch God, so it needs to be unsettling, which is also a direction we have kind of opened a door towards here on Country Fried Minis. Things are going to get unnerving from time to time. I think it's in my VHS overlay. We want... Is it this one? Oh yeah, I like this shot a lot that happens in here. Yeah, we'll use this. We'll use this somewhere. Maybe it was not that one. This one? Does this one work? That might be a little better, actually. Yeah, we'll use that one. Okay, so project panel. We want to toss in this guy. And then we need to make sure we're not overriding anything. So I gotta zoom way out. And we'll put that right up on top here. And we just need a little clip of it. Right there looks good. Boom, boom. That's more than enough. And we'll stick you right chair. All right, so this also needs some kind of a blending effect. We'll do like, multiply? No. Let's see, can we actually get away with the, what if we do hard mix? Oh, that looks awesome. Let's watch it back and see if that's too long. Also, I think our Gorefield maybe needs to move. Yeah. There we go. All right, let's watch that back.
That infamous feline eldritch god.
Is that too long?
Infamous feline eldritch god.
I think it's on there too long. Also, let's remove that. Let's just watch this and then let's shrink this down by a few frames even. This needs to be almost subliminal. Let's do that.
Infamous feline eldritch god. Feline eldritch god.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then I want a like staticky sound effect to pop in there as well. So let's go into our assets. And we're gonna pop into sounds and search for I want a TV static noise. I can't remember the name of it, but I have one in here somewhere. Static white noise. We'll do just regular TV static, I think. Okay. Let's make sure we're not overriding anything. So we'll zoom out that we can see it. There we go. And then we'll cut this to length.
Eldritch god.
I'm also realizing I really need to cut this whole thing, this whole clip right here that says Eldritch God. It needs to just say this needs to exist for the whole duration of that. Because I just had an idea for a clip, for an effect for that. So let's erase that, and now we have our static noise here. Got our static noise, and I think what I want to do is duplicate my voice. Yeah. So I put a cut to either side of where I say Eldritch God. Just hit me. I need to go 1 frame closer.
Eldritch God,
We'll cut it to right here. Pow. There we go. There we go. All right. I know I'm not elaborating on what I'm doing at the moment, but I have an idea. All right, so we're going to take our clip we just cut down, and we're going to hold Alt and drag this down and duplicate it. And we're going to pitch shift it. Pitch. We're going to pitch shift it down. What's a good shift? Let's go. Let's go down -5 and a few cents. Let's get it. Yeah, there we go. And we also want to set these to essential sound preset from the television on both of them. And let's watch that back again. It should be unnerving.
just like the layered repast favored by that infamous feline Eldritch God.
Yeah, perfect. I like it.
Favored by that infamous feline Eldritch God. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. And now what we'll do is we'll have our Gorefield image. I didn't like the motion so much, but we can try to do something with it. Let's see, now that it's on the screen a little longer, we can have the motion be a little more subtle. So I'm going to have it come over to the left a little bit and rotate some. And we'll also have it zoom in or zoom out some. Let's see. Let's give it a watch. Let's give it a watch. I'm on the... There we go.
Infamous feline Eldritch God.
It's too much movement. It needs to be subtle. 800.
Eldritch God.
You approved. Nathan approved. That's all I needed to know. How much rotation? We're gonna rotate it like not much. We're gonna rotate it less than a degree. 745.2. We're gonna remove this. Boom. We're gonna remove that. And we'll just have it rotate a little bit.
Feline Eldritch God. We're gonna lasagnify the putty on this base and add so many little layers that...
Yeah, perfect. Excellent little non sequitur. Makes no sense. It's there. If we get the opportunity to drop in another Gorefield reference, I think it'll be something to work on again. I believe I have another little lasagna image in there somewhere. Get out of here, yarn. No, I just got the one, it looks like. Yeah, just the one lasagna image. Very AI generated, of course. Okay, where were we? Where, in fact, were we? We run this voiceover right up into my segment that says pouring metal primer shot. That you'll just have to see that in the final video. You got a fun little thing happening right there. Just a little shot. All right. Now, did we cut these down? I think that zooms in a little bit. Yeah. This. Someone having a nervous breakdown underneath my window. Okay, what is our shot here? we're getting out the airbrush pot. We're showing the primer, which I think we could actually zoom that shot in some, since it's a little off frame. Let's go up like there. And then this should maybe start more zoomed in. Let's see this. And then we have a fast forward shot of applying the black primer, which cuts into, I think we'll be working on the white primer next. No, that's more black primer. We refill, we hit it again. We hit it with acetone. We hit it with the white primer. And then we go high speed priming right here. And that like fades out into our next song. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's going on here. But I don't have my shots. I think this right here is the last shot we had, like the scale and the rotation and shit set. So we're gonna do a little bit of that right here. Right here. We need an something like that. It'd be fun. Okay. Alrighty. We are at the halfway mark. I'm going to fill my water, take a brief restroom break, and I will be right back. What we're going to do next, we're going to set the scaling on all these shots here. Oh, wait. That one is set. Wait. Are these set? Hold on. 50, 75, 50, 65. Wait, these might actually be set. Okay, these are set. These ones are not. We'll adjust these shots and then we'll voice over it and see where we end up. But I'm going to hop up for just a moment and I'll put y'all through a ad break and I will be right back. Where's that dang? There we go. She could have stayed. She claimed she could have stayed, but she didn't. She left. And the cat is sad. Okay. Back at it. Let's keep rolling. Keep on the grind. What we got next? What do we have next? We are priming. And I think we're going to say prime time. Let me log into Tech Studio really quick. Let's do a prime time. I kind of like that right there. Let's do no background. Let's do text. Let's do... Excuse me. Let's do a prime time. Prime time. What is with that giant M? That's a weird font. Is it better to do like that? Is it better to do it like this? This font doesn't work. Font doesn't work. Let's find a different one. The weird M is strange. Let's do like I want something that's like metally. Can we do this one right here? Let's try that one. Get rid of that background. Pow. Prime time. That's hard to read. The colors are weird on that font. What about what about plain silver font? That's maybe not enough. I want something that kind of sells an idea that's hard to put into words. So much of my process is just that. Just like, I know it when I see it. That's too much. I like this one. How about this one? Let's try it out. Prime time. No background. I like that one quite a bit. Gold, silver is readable. Let me see if I can find it. I synced it somewhere. Was it called gold, silver? Left side. Right here. Gold logo. I know there's a bit of delay too, Mr. Nate. Up. This is the top right here. We're at the top. I'm looking. Golden. Gold, silver. There it is. Bow. Gold, silver. And we could do prime time. Or is it better? Because there's not going to be a background on it. Would it be better stacked? And then we can do... Where's the centering? It's got some weird... That's centered, according to this. Bizarre. It needs an extra space. Yeah, I can deal with that. PNG transparent. Download. Sick. Let's snag that. Let's pop that into... What's our folder called? Working with Ironwind Metals. That's what it is. Alright. And now we want to go into our project panel and dunk this lead right there. Pow. And we'll stack that right on top. Okay. It needs to be way smaller, first off. Let's start with a 20%. Could we get away with just like zooming in on it really hard, maybe? What if I zoom way in on it, like really hard? Like, boom, like that. Does that work? I think it may be even bigger with it, like, boom, like that. You know, it's still... The kerning is weird, is what's happening with this font. You see what I mean? Like, it is not, like... It is not well aligned. I'm gonna have to adjust that manually, I think. It's bothering the shit out of me. Alright, open. Where are we? Working with Ironwind Metals? The kerning is weird. Alright, let's see here. Let's see how off it actually is, or if I'm just completely insane. Alright, from the edge of this letter to the edge of this letter is... Where? I got all these yarn balls in the way. Can't see what I'm doing. It is 459 pixels there. And then here it is... $461 by 473. Hold on. Let me increase this size. It's 461. Is that really actually lined up? It looks so off to me. Maybe it's the angle of the drop border, the 3D effect. It works. It's good enough. Yeah, I like it. We're gonna roll with it. It's fine. I just needed to massage my my OCD there, I guess. What are we talking about? We're talking about priming. Gambling. Manus gambling. Manus gambling. How many you got? 1237? Challenge you to a duel, Mr. Slink. Let me see what your gamble result comes through as first. 1255? 1255? Alright, boom. Let me toss a duel request your way. Is it working? What? How am I short of points? That's nonsense. I have unlimited points. Nonsense. I'm gonna add 10,000 to my pool so I can duel people. There you go. That's 10,000 points so I can give them out. Duel is still on cooldown. Yuck. Oh, it's so sad. I was talking to someone recently in voice chat over on the Country Fried Minis Discord. If you're not a member already, make sure to consider joining up to hang out with us, where we talk nonsense and hang out in voice chat, play video games, and edit things together behind the screens. But yeah, I was talking to someone recently, and they suggested doing a point redeem for 50,000 points to give you all the ability to just end the stream. I think it'd be a fantastic idea. I'm wondering who would be the person to save up their biscuit coins out there to end a stream. I think it'd be really funny. Okay, anyhow, there's enough waffling. Let's see if we can't dive on in. In fact, we're going to say diving on in. Diving on in. Diving on in. To this most favorite portion of any project. We're gonna get out some Stynel Res black primer and blast it through my Badger arrow. Oh shit, I forgot to do the thing. Thank you, Sling. My mind is all over the place today. I've been at this computer now for like, I don't know, 7-8 hours already? Maybe less. Maybe like 6.5. All over these metallic models. We'll use a light touch. Hey, 250 points. Congrats, Mr. Touch. And multiple coats. Multiple thin coats applied in delayed passes to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. We want an all over. I've already said all over. We want a comprehensive coating. Ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully blacked out. Uniform. Yeah, but uniform makes sense. I'll use it in the next mention of the coat. Also, it's not an comprehensive, it's a comprehensive. Yeah, comprehensive doesn't make sense in this context, which is... This is why I use such flowery language. Well, time to sleep for me. Being up too long. Later, peeps. Indeed. Enjoy your sleep, Mr. Slink. Thank you for stopping by. Alright. Evenly and fully coating. Coating? Coated. Every portion of the model is evenly and fully coated. Fully... What's a synonym for coated? Let's consult the thesaurus. Oh, bedaubed. Bedaubed. Enrobed. Ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully enrobed. Every portion of the model is evenly and fully bedaubed. The b has a sharpness to it. I think you're right on this one, Nate. We'll go with enrobe, but bedaub, that is fun. Bedaub. Me gusta mucho. Also, what about this, like, this creepy line right here? A dozen maidens all bedaubed with paint. Use over time. Pretty high 1800, basically nothing beyond 1920. That's funny. Flows better with evenly, I agree. Alliteration is good. How about this? 2000 comes around And this word comes up in the vernacular to levels that weren't approached since 1960. Oh, too good. All right. Ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully enrobed so that none of the primer previously bedaubed is left exposed to left exposed. Yeah, there we go. Let's record that up and see where it lands, and then we'll see how much time we have next. All right, Audacity. Ready. Diving on. I just tried to say diving in on and not diving on in. Diving on into this most favorite portion of any project, we're going to get out some Stynylrez black primer and blast it through my Badger arrow all over these metallic models. We'll use a light touch and multiple thin coats applied in delayed passes to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. Further, a brief pause between layers prevents over application, which would lead to surface cracking on the pre-paint. Digressing. We still want. There we go. What's the last thing I said? Any clumping or loss of detail? Okay. I took a breath, went to hit the button. Somebody went by on a motorcycle. And he's got a buddy too. 2 motorcycles. Further, a brief pause between layers prevents over application, which would lead to surface cracking on the pre-paint. I do like the term pre-paint. It is almost cringe. Which is where we live here on Country Fried Minis. Digressing, we still want a comprehensive coating, ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully enrobed so that none of the primer previously bedaubed is left exposed. Yeah, there I forced in the bedaubed. I got to use it nonetheless. Yes. After all, not nonetheless. Export. Yikes, I clicked the button I didn't mean to click. What is this button? Quick export. I don't know what that did. Oh no. Alright. Who cares? Let's keep rolling. It did something, I'm sure. Ironwind 8. Let's drop this in. Let's plug it right here. Damn it. I ran a little too far over. We'll use a light touch and multiple thin coats applied in delayed passes to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. Further, a brief pause between... Okay, let's drop the line about the brief pause to layers. Brief pause between layers We want a comprehensive coding. We're going to go back to the original writing. We're going to take out the extra. I keep, like... I got to work on saying what I mean to say faster while still retaining the, like, flowery language that has kind of been a hallmark of the channel. I guess the thing is, my earlier videos spent a little longer on each segment of the model. I'm trying to compress down the, things. Okay, we need to go all the way back to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. Okay. The issue here is I've run too far into the next section, which is about applying the zenithal coat, and I think that's important enough to warrant talking about it while it's on screen. We want a comprehensive coating, ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully enrobed so that none of the primer previously bedaubed is left exposed. Yes. Kibbles for chat. The cat is enjoying some kibbles. Why is there a cat paw mouse pointer? Meow. I can change the color of it too. Let's make it a green cat paw. Actually, I was looking for a way to. Let chat have control over the these yarn balls. So I think theoretically, I have to mess with the software. Theoretically, there is a software out there called Instructabot, which basically allows chat to spend points to mess with your software. I see Tarkov streamers do it, and it lets people like hijack it where they'll like spin in a circle and shoot their gun, or like do a sudden movement, or throw a grenade, or drop their gun, something like that. The idea is I want chat to be able to basically run a macro that hijacks my mouse and spawns these yarn balls. Let me know if that sounds fun to you, especially if you're catching this after the fact. Let me know in the comments down below if fucking with me live in a really invasive fashion is something that you'd like to see. I'm a fan generally. Like, what, 100 points to spawn a couple of these that just get in the way and have to be batted away. Yeah, cat paw. Here, no, you know what, I was gonna share the video about the cat paw, but last time I watched a video here on stream, I had to censor it. I had to censor the audio during that will it blend thing. That video got, that entire stream got demonetized based on what was it, like 40 seconds of audio? So I had to go in and use the YouTube AI tools to mute that segment. It was really annoying. Comstar says that sounds fantastic. I agree. The software cost £30 per year, which I think is all right. Not too bad. It also opens the door to do other stuff. Y'all could like, I could potentially set it up where people could redeem points to do some really, really invasive things.
Diving on into this most favorite portion of any project, we're gonna get out some StreamLabs black primer and blast it through my Badger arrow all over these metallic models. We'll use a light touch and multiple thin coats applied in delayed passes to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. We want a comprehensive coating, ensuring that every portion of the model is evenly and fully enrobed so that none of the primer previously bedaubed is left exposed.
Okay. That does indeed line up with the last shot. Yeah. The last shot of the black. Okay. With that applied, we'll clean out the brush. Did I say comprehensive? Comprehensive is what I was gonna say. Right? Did I say comprehensive? Shit. I shouldn't have deleted that so quickly. I gotta listen to it back again.
Get out some StreamLabs black primer and blast it through my Badger arrow all over these metallic models. We'll use a light touch and multiple thin coats applied in delayed passes to avoid any clumping or loss of detail. We want a comprehensive coat.
I did say comprehensive. Because it was weird. Oh my god, I made marks. How do I remove the marks? How do I remove the markers? I hit M on the keyboard. I just learned about that today. How to remove markers, Premiere Pro. Double click the marker. This action will bring up the marker settings panel. There's a whole panel for it. Wow. There's a whole fucking panel for a marker. Silly. That seems excessive. Delete that. I guess I could see that being useful if you were working on a project with other people. Like a group effort of some sort. Remind me later that I have the ideas. I will try. I tend to forget things very quickly. Anyhow, yes. If you out there think the cat thing is fun and a good idea, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. I thought it was a fun addition, and on my screen, funny enough, I can still see my cursor. People who are watching in chat can only see this paw gesturing at things. I think it's really fun. And also make it really big and invasive. Yeah, it's a really fun little piece of software. It's by the guy who did Desktop Goose, which if any of y'all out there are longtime stream viewers, you'd know. I used to have the Desktop Goose on, but it would crash my OBS back in the day, so I removed it. This is a little better, like a little visual interest coming from this silly thing. All right, that applied. With that applied, we'll clean out the brush thoroughly. With some strong astringent chemicals to ensure that the black paint is fully removed before squirting a white mist of StreamLabs, squirting a gossamer mist of StreamLabs white primer from above. Going for a proper zenithal prime. I want to say something about, I usually say that a zenithal is wasted. But the extra layers are worth doing. But I think I don't have enough time to do that. Knowing how long things tend to take. How much time did that take up? Let's see. How long currently is this? This is 27 seconds at the moment. 27 seconds long. So we need to fill probably a similar amount of time. Ah, shit, I screwed up the size again. There we go. 27 seconds so far. 27 seconds, and we are at 5:08, and we're going through to 5:36. That gives us a little less than 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't have time to go on a tangent too much. With that applied, we'll clean out the... Shit, let me just record this first sentence and see if that's like half our time, which is usually how we've been going.
With that applied, we'll clean out the brush thoroughly with some strong astringent chemicals to ensure that the black paint is fully removed before squirting a gossamer mist of Stynylrez white primer from above, going for a proper zenithal prime.
Yeah, that was right on the money. I know my cadence there. That's about 14 seconds for a single fucking sentence. All right, so if we add 14 to this, that'd put us at 22, which gives us one more. Whew, excuse me, a little tired this evening. I was telling some folks in voice chat before the stream I didn't really want to jump in today. I was tired. My body has been tired. But I'm glad I got started. I wanted to unveil the cat paw for y'all. I think it's really fun. More cats in my life. There's a whole bunch of yarn on my other monitor over here. All right. So we can do one more sentence. What is most important to say about our zenithal prime? We'll say the second color of primer will serve to serve as a roadmap to understand the details of our model's topography, while also adding an extra layer of chipping protection for our boys. Much needed for all the handling will be giving their bits. An extra layer of chipping protection. A defense much needed for all the handling will be giving their bits. Yes. More inappropriate jokes. Alright, what's the last thing we said here? It's just the first sentence? Yeah. Meow. Hello, Mr. Tyler Stembridge. How are you doing this evening? You, dear viewer, do you think it would be worth giving chat the ability to spawn yarn balls on the screen? Late to the party, long day at work. Yes. Well, here we're batting yarn balls around. No, haha, you say. You think it's a bad idea? I could make it happen, in theory. It requires some software. It requires some software that is not free. No, I think it's a great idea, but I will not allow it. Well, chat. Tyler said no. It's not happening. It's 30 pounds a year, so it's really not too bad. But it does cost money to do the thing. I'll be looking for an alternative in the meantime. What am I doing? We just said Gossamer Mist. Going for a proper zenithal prime. The second color of primer will serve as a roadmap to understand the details of our model's topography while also adding an extra layer of chipping protection for our boys. A defense much needed for all the handling we'll be giving their bits. Handling your boys' bits. And this will be Iron Wind 9. I have noticed too that one thing about this cat paw cursor that I don't do this. I don't fling my my mouse around so much when I'm like gesturing at things and thinking about stuff. But this cat paw makes my brain do weird things and think like a cat pawing at things. I love it. It's great. It's maybe the funnest piece of software I've downloaded in a very long time. Alright, let's toss in Iron Wind 9 right at the very end of all this. Boom. Oh, look how close. I got that right on the money there. I'm also talking about boys' bits here. So what if I did like too many balls on the screen for you, you say? Alright, I have an idea here. We need an eggplant image. We're going to take an eggplant image from the last video. Where was that? That was under... Ooh, something's chugging. Hold on a second. Something is chugging on the computer. What is eating... OBS maybe is just... It's got high power usage. No, I wonder what that chug... It could be just disk access slowing it down. Also, let's check on our vote. 8 votes. 6 of y'all are for Meow, or 3 of y'all for Meow and 3 of y'all for Nyan. What was our last video? Was Titania? Are the eggplants in here? Where did those go? Where did the eggplant video go? Where did they end up? In here? In here? I'm confused as to where our eggplant images landed. Is it in here? Fuck it, let's find a new eggplant. TTT Tuesday? What do you mean TTT Tuesday? I don't think that's a folder. Oh, the TTT Tuesday, yeah. I know where, that's where we did them. But I don't know what folder that ended in. That should have been in the Titania folder. But I don't know where the hell it ended up at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dig for it. It's just gonna be faster to find an eggplant PNG. Nathan's promo vid. Yes, I know that. I just don't know where I saved that. It should be in the Titania folder. It should be in this folder. And it's not. In fact, none of the clips for that promo are in here. So I don't know where the hell that is on my remove noise. Yeah, no idea. It's just like, here's the commercial. Here's Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. So it's actually here. There's just none of the eggplant assets are in this folder. Which means they could very well just be in the downloads folder. And I don't... Oh, there they are. Bam. Excellent. Which I don't want them in that folder. Because we cleared this stuff out. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate that I left those in the downloads folder. Okay, what am I even doing? We're working on Ironwind Metals. Let's put this in here. And this is all just to flash. I want to underscore my penis joke with a penis. For exactly one frame. All right, we can watch that back now. Let me drop a save. Let's just watch back starting from here. All right, here we go. Wait, does this have the hard limiter? It does. Okay.
Exposed. With that applied, we'll clean out the brush thoroughly with some strong astringent chemicals to ensure that the black paint is fully removed before squirting a gossamer mist of Stynylrez white primer from above, going for a proper zenithal prime. The second color of primer will serve as a roadmap to understand the details of our model's topography while also adding an extra layer of chipping protection for our boys, a defense much needed for all the handling we'll be giving their bits.
Perfect. Their bits. Boom. Eggplant. It's there for how long? Is it literally one frame? No. It's too long. Needs to be there even shorter.
Be giving their bits.
You're a bit manic while you put twos together, giggling madly to yourself the whole time. Yes, that checks out. That checks out. Is that there long enough to be registered? Let's watch that one more time. Actually, you know what? We need to make this bigger then, if it's only going to be there for that frame. Let's go like 50, and let's rotate it. Oh my god, you tell me I can't update this live? Because it's such a huge image. There we go. Let's have it at an odd angle. All right, we're gonna zoom back out. We're gonna watch this zenithal priming thing one more time. And
Zenithal Prime. The second color of primer will serve as a roadmap to understand the details of our model's topography while also adding an extra layer of chipping protection for our boys. A defense much needed for all the handling we'll be giving them.
and of course we're getting like a slideshow now. Come on, computer.
A defense much needed.
We'll pause it and we'll let it load and we'll run it again.
For all the handling we'll be giving their bits.
Okay, I think I need to just flash that at the same time I say bits. And 1 frame is maybe too fast, so let's give it 2 frames. Let's give it 2 frames. Play it back one more time. Drop a save. Hit go.
We'll be giving their bits.
It's still in the wrong spot.
Bits.
Wow. So this is bits. I am so sibilant. All right. Let's try it right there. Come on, computer.
Giving their bits.
All right, it needs to be shifted down a little bit. Ah, yes, the important stuff here, you know? The most important stuff. Some diversion from archive protocols is excused.
We'll be giving their bits.
Yeah, perfect. Long enough. Just long enough to register that that's a penis. Or at least a suggestion of a penis. It's not actually a penis, it's an aubergine. Alright, here we are. We've gotten to what I've cut down here. This segment is actually not really caught up. Not really caught up, honestly. And I need to cut down this clip here and time it to the music, which is going to take playing it back and back and back and back. I could start voicing over here. How much do we have right here? Boom, 542 through 619. That's about 40 seconds. But I think because this segment is going to be so long, I need to cut this clip down and put in the next one before we start going on it. It's going to be a really good segment for me to do the whole run-on thought thing. So what I'm going to do in thinking of that, I think I'm going to call it a little early tonight because I am feeling pretty tired. And we have covered, what is this? 325 through, that's 2 full minutes of voiceover, which doesn't sound like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but given the rate at which I work, it's pretty breakneck. I'm going to be working on this over the weekend and getting a lot more stuff cut down for the next episode. Monday we'll be diving back into this and we'll do a full voiceover segment. Redeem end stream, yeah, exactly. I am indeed going to end the stream a little early. I want to thank y'all for coming through tonight. I know that we still would normally have another 45 minutes here, but you know, the day's weighing heavily upon me. And yeah, I'm going to call it a little early. I want to thank y'all for stopping through. As always, I want you to know that your participation here makes me really happy to do the work and grind forward for this silly shit that we do here on Country Fried Minis. Reminder to folks out there, especially if you ain't seen one of these before, if you're catching this via the algorithm, that the workflow live streams are a place where you can come in and catch things live, see what goes into the production of videos here on the channel, as well as put your own 2 cents into the process. I love participation by the community in that regard, and will do my damnedest to integrate any of your silly ideas into the productions. If you like what you see here, make sure to drop a like, follow, all that good fun stuff. Come on back. We stream usually 6 p.m. PST. Make sure to come check us out this following Tuesday for the TTRPG Tuesday event, which is the bestest show on the internet. Come on in and redeem your nonsense over on the StreamLabs page. Anyhow, as always, I want y'all to remember to be happy while you're painting, and to know that your participation here on these live streamed events makes me while I'm happy, as well as makes me happy while I'm editing. Painting and editing. Yeah, my brain's turning to mush. So I'm going to call it. Thank y'all for stopping through, and I will catch you for the next one. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, not sure. Definitely Monday. Anyhow, that's what I got. See y'all later. Bye-bye. A reminder to enthusiasts of Country Fried Minis: hands above the table while the stream is on.